insight, tools, and stories from other change makers designed to motivate you to become the change you want to see in your world. Make sure you join our Changemakers community at runemagnus.com/podcast. And now it is time for you to sit back, relax, and enjoy.
All right, this is Runa Magnus, and I have with me a fabulous woman. Yes, Sue Knowles. She is the marketing director for Costco in the UK and Iceland. And I met Sue a couple of weeks ago where she was giving the Association of Icelandic Women Business Leaders insights into the whole concept of Costco. And I grabbed her and I said, Sue, I want to know more, and I am going to get something more out of her right now. So, Sue, thank you for sharing little knowledge with the Changemakers and the Changemakers podcast. First, I want to ask you one question. Mm-hmm. I know you have in front of you tasks on a day-to-day basis that not everyone can handle. How do you handle all the things that are coming your way as the marketing director for Costco in UK and Iceland?
So, I think when I first started with Costco 25 years ago, there was just 6 of us in an office in the UK. So there was an opportunity to move into lots of different areas within the company. Although I'd primarily been involved in marketing, I had knowledge of HR. So I started to get much more involved in the HR side of the business. I think also the fact is it makes every day very different. But it also allows me as marketing and HR to keep a consistent message across our company. So the message that we tell our employees is the same message that we tell our members. And so there is a consistency and everybody knows what our expectations are. And being able to control those areas makes it easier for me. It also makes every day very different because you can be solving an employee issue that's as simple as safety shoes, or you can be designing a national marketing campaign. Every day varies. So in that way, it keeps me very interested, keeps me very active, and really allows me to use all aspects of my personality.
Wow. I think that is so fabulous. And the fact that you are both doing marketing and human resources just still blows me away. And it's not like I'm hearing it for the first time. And this touching point of communication that you mentioned, I totally understand that. Yeah. So I know you've been in the business for the longest time, and prior you had the background in PR. Yeah. What would you say that if someone who is coming in this space of being in director in a big business like Costco is, and having in front of them this, or how should I say it, this diversity of human resources, the fact that it's always changing, dealing with people and dealing with getting messages across and dealing with those common communications, what would you say has been your biggest learning point doing this so fabulously well?
Well, thank you for the compliment, which is lovely. I think the big thing that I have learned since the very day that I joined Costco is the most important thing over and above taking care of our members is taking care of our employees. And they go hand in hand. So we have a very definite, you obey the law, you take care of our members, we take care of our employees, and we look after our vendors. And that is really the only thing I have to remember every single day. So the HR is really about making people happy to come to work and do a great job. Because if you're happy and you feel secure and you feel that the company genuinely appreciates what you do, then you're going to come to work and do a great job. So the HR side of things, as far as I'm concerned, is really just making people happy and safe in their work. The marketing side is really getting our employees to understand what Costco's about and how they sell that outside of the company. But if we've got happy employees, when people come in after paying a membership fee, they're going to walk through the door and get great service. So the whole thing works. I get people through the door through marketing. They come in, they have a great experience. They feel good about the fact they've paid to shop. And our employees are happy because we've got happy members. So it sounds simplistic, but really the whole thing works in a cycle. But primarily, it's about coming to work and doing a great job and having fun. If I didn't have fun every single day, I wouldn't be doing it.
I so agree with you. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing as well. And this fun part, I think it. I've often wondered myself, working in the leadership field for such a long time. It seems to be often a thing that leaders somehow, I sometimes think that they forget it.
I agree. One of the things that I can honestly say that the team of execs that I work with every single day, we have fun. We laugh, we joke about things we probably shouldn't, but ultimately, if we need something to do, we pull together in the same direction because we're all motivated by the same thing, which is to do a good job. And the fact that we enjoy each other's company, the fact that we have fun, and people are aware of the fact that we're enjoying what we're doing, it makes life easier. But it also, when you have got a real crisis or a real issue, everybody pulls together because you've already got that team. You've already built up that spirit of working with your executive colleagues. And the most important thing, as far as I'm concerned, is not the things that you can do every single day easily. It's how do you handle that crisis and make it work and just fix it and move on and not make a drama.
Yeah, not make a drama out of it. Yeah, which is a big thing. And speaking of which, I mean, even though you like to have fun, and that's the concept inside of your internal culture is around that. What has been your biggest challenges, or can you share with us a story where you actually felt that you were being challenged on that simple fact?
I think the negative of that is that sometimes people won't take you seriously. So you've developed that very good core relationship, but sometimes when there are things that you genuinely need to have a serious conversation about and you need people's attention, sometimes it's a little difficult to refocus. So I think that's a challenge on a day-to-day basis, but it's a nice challenge to have because you get on with the people that you work with. I think the biggest challenge I've had is the fact that I am one of very few women in the senior positions within Costco. Costco are working very, very hard to change that, and I primarily are pushing that very much within the UK and Iceland. But it's a different world. We open 7 days a week. People have to be in the warehouses at 4:30 in the morning. Sometimes they're not going home till 11 o'clock at night. That doesn't suit some cultures and doesn't suit some females. So we tend to have, at a very high level, few females. But we're actively encouraging. We've now got over 32% of our management are now females. So again, it's just bringing more and more people on that have the same approach, but more importantly, understand how we have to develop future leaders. And we have to develop people of colour, any diversity, any different religion, and we have to develop females within the business.
Yeah.
And that's a huge challenge.
Because female and basically gender equality is something that the changemakers are really all about, and equality and using human resources in a positive way so that we're not facing what I call sometimes human waste when you're only maybe using a fraction of what each and every individual can deliver. Yeah. What is your take on that?
So I would say that Costco doesn't have that problem. And the reason we don't have that problem is because we use every single minute that people are at work to do something. You know, one of the things that people laugh and joke about is, yeah, Costco's a great company to work for, but actually you have to work really hard. You really start working from the minute you walk in the door until the minute you go home at night. And that's something that takes some getting used to. But what that means is that everybody is really focused on getting the job done and being flexible and really and truly looking at what do we need to make things happen. It's not about, yes, we can do it. It's how can we do it better? How can we do it more efficiently? How can we do it more productively? But more importantly, involving everybody that we can, because our job is teach, teach, teach. My job is not about running my department. My job is about teaching other people to run my department when I'm not there. So it's all about teach. Every single day, you should be teaching somebody that improves their productivity, that improves their development, and that means ultimately, if you're not there, everything still works.
I love that. I actually think I'm going to let that be the last word, because what you're really saying is by being a leader that trusts your team to deliver and do the things that needs to be done, things are done.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Sue.
Thank you very much.
Was this podcast of value for you? I sure hope so. If so, feel free to share the love and give us your generous review on iTunes, Stitcher, or Spotify. And remember, you can always go to runamagnus.com and find out more about the Changemakers and how we can help you driving the change you want to see in your